This is London calling in the overseas service of the British Broadcasting Corporation.
I have to tell you now that no such undertaking has been received, and that consequently this country is at war with Germany.
The pocket battleship, Graf Spee, which has been for many weeks preying upon the trade of the South Atlantic, and met her doom.
Mother dear, I'm writing you from somewhere in France, hoping this finds you well.
We shall fight in France. We shall fight on the seas and oceans. We shall fight with growing confidence and growing strength in the air. We shall never surrender.
Hang up the washing on the Siegfried line, 'cause the washing day is here. Whether the weather may be where or fine, we'll just love along.
Das Oberkommando der Wehrmacht gibt bekannt. Ein im Atlantik operierender deutscher Flottenverband unter Führung des Flottenchefs Admiral Lütjen im Seegebiet um Island auf schwere englische Seestreitkräfte. Das Schlachtschiff Bismarck hat hierbei einen englischen Schlachtkreuzer, wahrscheinlich Hood, vernichtet.
The sinking of the Bismarck was due to the cooperation of the RAF with the Navy. And Rodney, which did some pretty work with her 16-inch guns.
Ah, this is not the end. It is not even the beginning of the end. But it is perhaps the end of the beginning. But the Japanese High Command had declared that a state of war existed with Great Britain and the United States.
The German Navy, so proudly built up by that smug strategical genius, the Führer, is slowly but surely being wiped out. Now the Scharnhorst, the 26,000-ton battleship, has gone to the bottom. A not unusual result of action against the Royal Navy.
Led by a powerful British escort, the main body of the surrendered Italian fleet is transferred from Malta to Alexandria.
Signed the act of unconditional surrender of all German land, sea, and air forces in Europe to the Allied Expeditionary Force.
Back across the China Sea for the last large-scale surrender at Hong Kong, where today warships of the Royal Navy ride at anchor in the harbor.
Hello. I apologise. The kettle literally just boiled in the kitchen, so I had to quickly nip off and grab the kettle and put the tea on. So hence the rather disjointed start to the stream. But yes, I am here and I'm live, and yeah, it should be all coming through nicely. Now we're going to jump into the at the desk mode, and we're going to be giving a short showcase of something. It's a Brody helmet. It's something that I've been working on. It's a teaser of potentially something that might be appearing in the future. It's a I believe a Mark II Brody, which I've repainted into naval grey. The reason being is during the Second World War, Royal Navy personnel who were exposed on deck, either in open turrets, anti-aircraft mounts, or on open bridges, were equipped with Brody helmets. And the paint scheme varies from ship to ship, and the general consensus is just go for a sea grey, and so I've repainted it from green to sea grey and given it a bit of weathering. Now, I won't be wearing it when I'm streaming. The reason being is obviously with the headset and everything else like that, it does get a little bit crowded, so the Brody won't be staying, but I thought I'd just showcase it, show it off, let you guys see what it's like, and if it behaves, I can put it there, but I don't want to knock the tea set. So we will be putting it aside. So who do we have? Hello, Stumpy. Good to see you. Good to see you. And yeah, as always, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, good night, everyone, wherever you are in the world, and whoever you are. And welcome back to the board. Stumpy stole my introduction there. Where's the controller? There's the controller. It's been a bit of a haphazard start to the stream, but what we're going to do is we're just going to jump into a game with the Cossack as per usual. Something smoky to start the stream. For those of you who aren't joining us very early on, feel free to give the stream a thumbs up. It obviously helps with promoting the channel and the live stream. And let me just quickly sort out a few things in the background here, such as getting the music on. That'll be far too loud. That should do. Hello, Brandon. Hello from my physics class. Get back to work, Brandon. Although I don't really blame you. I do remember physics being a very dull lesson when I did it back in the day, because obviously physics, mathematics and design technology were very much required at college in order to go on to university for engineering. Hello, David Knight. Hello. Good to see you. Hope everyone's well. Hope everyone's had a nice week, and hope everyone has had a nice Friday and is looking forward to a nice, relaxing weekend.
Action stations.
Stumpy, I do love the Cossack. So do I. Let's hope that she treats us kind to this game. Let's see what we're up against. Tier 5 and 6 game. We have a Mahan, Akatsuki, a Legazinier, Shores, New Mexico, Snop, Nagato, Scharnhorst, Gneisenhower. So the usual lots and lots of battleships.
Enemy force sighted on the horizon.
Just sorry for the haphazard start. Put the phone away. What we got downrange then? Downrange we have New Mexico and a Scharnhorst. That's not a division, is it? No. We also have the Shores, potential radar cruiser, but furthermore, that also means there's no destroyer on this flank initially. So if there is going to be a destroyer, it's either going to come down from the centre or it's going to be come around the island eventually. So I'm just going to slightly reposition myself, I think. I'm going to do a little bit of a turnaround. I'm located, but the Shores is probably running. But then I wasn't located. Was I located before? Ooh. Brandon, well, conceptual physics, I should say. It's very watered down. Oh, no, fair enough. Everyone's got to start somewhere, I guess you could say. Mrs. Stumpy, wave to all. Much obliged. Let's see, something is most certainly downrange here. Hence I'm reversing in. Oh, there we go, an Akatsuki. Which is motoring along quite nicely. There's 1, 2, 3 batches of torpedoes, so find out what's of it. Why is the North Carolina charging down there like this? It's very, very strange.
Torpedoes to port.
on this map, it's usually more beneficial to sit back and wear the enemy down rather than charge forth into the fray. Because this is the thing, I do not want to be pushing up with the North Carolina Sportsman because that Shores will just tear me to pieces. Whether a cheeky torpedo out. Oh, she's gone. Right, now I'm going to be slightly more in favour of pushing down there and trying to find the Akatsuki. So I'll do that. And of course, there goes the North Carolina. Not too much to my surprise, I have to confess. But we know the Akatsuki's used her smokescreen. With the Shores gone, she's got no support, so we should be able to sneak in there and see what we can do. Good evening, Naval History Hub. Good day to you, sir. How's your week been? And as always, chaps, I should always say, if you can, give some recommendations of what you want to see. Obviously, for a limited time only, I do have the Friesland and the Loyang, if they are of interest. Obviously, I do have the Udaloli, the Kotrovsky, the Gorky, and we can always play a little bit of Halloween mode if that's something that tickles your fancy. And as I always like to say, I do like to run an open division. Obviously not with party chat, but if you're interested in just playing along and you're on the PlayStation 4 or maybe 5, then you can always just shout out in the chat. Let me know your tag. Make sure you're looking for a game online when I'm in between games. I'll see if I can pick you up, and then you can just play alongside. Right, well, the Akatsuki gone, and the Shores gone, and the other enemy crews are gone. It's time to hunt those big fish, and they're over there. And so, the nice thing about the Cossack is she does come with an engine boost, which is quite fitting for a tribal class destroyer. During the Battle of Narvik in the Norwegian fjords, the tribal class were going so fast that they actually bounced out of the water as they went along, as per records from HMS Warspite. Ex the Prince of Wales. The thing is, I think the community, like PC and Legends, have shouted out for Prince of Wales so often. I'm sure she'll probably eventually make it into the game. The thing is, she's going to be pretty identical to the KG5 in regards to her build, I guess you could say, because she wouldn't have had that late war refit to anti-aircraft capabilities as per the Duke of York. Whether we could maybe see something like Duke of York's guns on an earlier chassis could be a potential. I'm not really... It's always just awkward trying to think of how they can make it different, but then again, we have the Kirov, the Molotov, and the Kotrovsky all in the game with very minimal differences between them, so I guess potentially you could say maybe there's some wiggle room there. Well, these battleships certainly know there's a destroyer on their tail, considering I'm capping the objective just as they leave it. But yeah, we'll see if we can do the extra. Naval History Hub. All good by end, Major. Time of the year when work settles down so I can catch the stream again at last. That's good to hear that well, as long as it's a good thing, as long as you believe it's a good thing that things have started to quiet down for the year and within your line of work, I think we could all do with a nice little break. And honestly, I know it's early, I know it's very early, but secretly, I am looking forward to Christmas, a nice little bit of a break, really. Fiji, Duke of York. Oh, alright, we'll do Duke of York. No, sure. I just GXP'd the Monarch, and can you play around in it tonight so I can work out what she's about? Yeah, can do. I will have to caveat it, and just like with the usual, I'm not exactly a battleship player, and I may not do exactly the right thing at the right time, etc., etc., but I'll have a dabble and I'll do my best. Sometimes in the destroyer, just watching the enemy can do your team wonders, because they know exactly where the enemy are. Now, I could smoke up and shoot, but the problem is I won't have any spotting potential, because I'm the only one over here. So I think just keeping these guys lit is going to be the best thing I can really do for my team, and just keep eyes on. And if I can, get the odd sneaky torpedo, but obviously that's not up to me, that's up to whether these battleships like to sail in straight lines. Ooh, Nagato looks like she's turning in, which is an interesting position.
Our team has taken the lead.
She's also manoeuvring quite a bit. Mm, 5.2. We've still got a bit of wiggle room, but that Nagato is getting a little bit danger close, so we will start to make a little bit of a move here, I think. To be honest, this game is going to be over on points very, very, very soon, because the enemy did not control the map. And there we go. So a very calm, quiet, and collective start to the stream, I guess you could say. Hello, Andy Mac. Hello, hello, hello. You had me worried there, Stumpy, when I was reading that. Okay, I won't say the C word, or the C must word anymore. Not a battleship player. You always have respectable rounds in them. That's what I have observed. The thing is, Ed, I think I hold myself against players who I know are exceptionally better than I. Is the best way to put it. Let's see. Yeah, we do that. Do that. So I've got the spotter on here. I've got Zerlane Nelson on there with Cunningham and Madden's inspirations. Pretty standard stuff, really. Flammable Cannoneer, Big 7, Firefighter, Master Mechanic, Fight Fire with Fire. Consumables, what we got? We've got aiming systems, steering gears, target acquisition, and main battery. I'm going to keep steering gears, actually. So let's have a dabble in the Monarch and see where we can get there. Neighbour history, I can't wait for CMUS either. Best time of the year. Well, the reason why I'm looking forward to it is if you watch my live streams back in like December last year, you'll note that we had a little baby bunny living inside. And he's now all grown up now, and he's absolutely little teddy bear and a monster at the same time. But at the time, he was a very cute, cuddly. We thought he was a girl at first. But yeah, so he used to have an indoor hutch. But the problem was, because we had him, we couldn't rearrange the living room and the dining room so we could have a Christmas tree. So like a proper Christmas tree. So that's one thing I'm actually looking forward to this year, is getting a proper Christmas tree. I know why this is taking so long now. I do apologise. I'm just going to quickly jump to out the desk mode. The reason being is we were doing messing around trying to get a nice proper division built up the other day, and of course I haven't changed my settings back, and that's why the queue times have taken a while. So we will launch the Monarch again, and hopefully this time it will lock in a lot quicker. So we just quickly jump back there. Andy Mac. I was going to pick the Friesland, but watched Meta Jerks. Now I don't know. I know what you mean. I know what you mean. That was the thing. Like, when they initially announced the campaign, I kind of thought, Friesland seems quite interesting. However, having played both, my pick has shifted. I will probably be going for the Lo Yang. The reason being is she's a really nice hybrid, quite strong as well. Obviously, it's a Benson at tier 7, so it's weak in that respect, but she's got some very strong consumables. Right, so we're going to basically straight away. I'm seeing that we've only got one battleship to the right, we've got two battleships on the left, so I will be playing the right flank. I'm going to switch to HE to start with. Lots of destroyers, no cruisers, so this is another reason why I don't like playing battleships, is because I feel like I feed into that problem of the meta being just these two classes. Kiev Z35, Z39, Akazuki, ZF6, Bismarck, Georgia, Alabama. guns loading, and yeah, we head over to the right hand side. Stumpy agreed. Now a decent BB there. Just bad luck in the KG5. I'm susceptible to the usual bad luck, I guess you could say. Right, let's see. Let's go over here and hopefully support our team. However, if this all goes bottoms up, then do forgive me.
Enemy force sighted on the horizon.
Oh, Bismarck. So for those of you who are interested, Monarch is a alternative design of the King George V class, but this time armed with 15-inch guns. Neptune's beard. Oh well, when there's one Bismarck over there, there's another Bismarck over there. Bismarck slowing down. That Bismarck must certainly have propulsion mods.
Enemy destroyer detected.
Well, that was interesting. I'm not sure if you heard it, but there was a whistle just as the spotter aircraft launched. If you can, engage those destroyers. If you can, when you're in the battleship, that's always a helpful tip. Okay, I don't have a destroyer to prioritise, so I'm going to go for the Bismarck. That Bismarck just fired that. Also seeing those torpedoes coming in from the right hand side.
Torpedoes to port.
Which also means I'm going to have to continue this turn. Actually, I might be able to just say, slow it down here. Fingers crossed these guns will come around. Loading up AP now, because that Bismarck is offering a broadside. Finally, a fire. Whether it will stick or not, I don't know. Naval history of undecided the enemy of choice. May just doubloon it and take both. Ooh. Stumpy laugh aloud. Not sure what how you're going, but final chat. Oh, hello, Sax. Hello. Oh, I've just lost spotting potential from our destroyer, so I think I am going to have to back it up around the corner, which is a little bit risque. Okay, we've got AP loaded, which isn't exactly good. Okay, right, so we will do a body of AP on the switch to HE. Start accelerating, switch to the Z of 6. Looks like the enemy have most certainly decided that this flank is going to be the place to be. Georgia coming in my stern as well. Right, so guns are going to be trained off to the starboard side. The idea is I'm going to be kiting off over this direction, almost towards where the mark is. The idea is hopefully I can rejoin our friendly units. Oh, no, you're behind an island. You could do with a bit of fire, couldn't you? There goes the Kagera. There goes our destroyer screen, unfortunately. This George is going to hurt. He's firing HE, which is good news because fire damage can be healed up, and the heal on the Monarch is rather tasteful.
Enemy battleship detected.
Now, I think I still have the same armor scheme as a KG-5, so I'm going to have to keep it angled against these beastly units. Getting angled against the Alabama, which has 6-inch guns, and that looks like to be a volley of AP. This could hurt. I'm going to switch to the Bismarck because the Bismarck's definitely weaker. If we can actually remove something, then that would be obviously better for our team. However, I have to flick it out quite broad, and the Georgia could hurt. Time to use that super heal, I think.
"'Tis but a scratch."
Fire! Enemy battleship sunk.
Now the Amagi's gone that way, which is a bit of a poor decision because he's now cornered. Whereas what's happening is here is we're kind of forming a bit of a crossfire. I think once this volley's reloaded, I will launch the spotter aircraft. I think I might just quickly stall it here for a second.
Spotter airborne.
Yeah, we're going to do another volley on the Georgia, I think. Start moving again, just in case there's any torpedoes.
Spotter returning to ship.
Oh, DD's most certainly slipped through the gap there. Reprint. I think once I've got the Georgia, yeah, she goes. Just angle.
We sank their battleship.
Gonna have to start turning in, I think.
Concentrate fire on the enemy warship.
Gonna have to briefly stop here to allow my turrets to actually catch up. Targeting the Z of 6.
Concentrate fire on the target.
Full health Alabama could be quite awkward. We haven't got much choice. Right, time to swing it back at. What's the DD? I don't think my guns are going to be able to get over there to assist him because of the island, and I'm already pointing the wrong side. Oh, only 2 bounces. Is that AP volley? No, island's in the way. Now we will have to attempt this. Potentially awkward. Oh boy. Well, don't expect a solo warrior, chaps. Not with 3 DDs and 2 battleships.
Oh dear, how sad, never mind.
Nice. Try to make sure I'm angled against everyone. Come on, 5.2-inch guns, open fire. Ah, they've just speared. I still tried, even though I shouldn't. Ooh, 18,000 on the Alabama at the end there. Right, where are we? Where are we? Hello, Pixel. Hello. Good afternoon or evening, yes. Hope you're doing well. Hello, Vaz, as well. Oh boy, everything's gone nutty in the chat at the moment. Good lord. I got a leak in my plumbing. Does that count? Any leaks in the next campaign? Oh, it would be far too early, unless they mentioned anything in the stream. So 151,000 damage, Confederate high caliber. First in the team by 300 ship XP, and enough ship XP to come 5th on the enemy team, which is quite interesting because you've got to consider the enemy team also has a 1.5 multiplier. So yeah, I will still caveat it and say I'm not the best battleship player, but that was a rather enjoyable little bit of a game actually. So let's see. I've got to try and catch with the chat. Where did we get to? Stumpy helping think of Xmas gifts for my girls. World of Warships Legends. No. Vaz next campaign. Talk already. This one just came out. It's very true, Vaz. Very true. Vaz, I hope it's not Russian, American, German, or Japanese. We have enough of that. Well, from information from Room 40, obviously treat this with a bit of a pinch of salt because it's basically the rumor engine or any information they can collect. But the information from Room 40, it's implied that there's actually 3 more updates this year, which is more than we would initially expect. So obviously we're in the October patch, and we're expecting a November patch and a December patch, and then we're into the new year, which is only 2 more patches. But information from Room 40 implies there might be actually 3 updates. So potentially we might have a mini update somewhere in between, which potentially could be a campaign for a lower tier ship, potentially a tier 6, maybe like a 75 milestone campaign or something like that. So that's what information I can obviously have been able to scrape together from Room 40. Obviously, we know that Minnows coming this year. We know that the American battleship Montana is coming this year, and we know that British carriers are coming this year as well. An Italian BB line would be nice. That does intrigue me as well, that really does actually. Although potentially expect a lack of semi-armor piercing, and probably no smoke screens as well. I think I already said good afternoon, Pixelmug. Good to see you, and also good to see you, Vaz. Do you have a preview of the Halloween skins available? Not, obviously, not yet. I guess you could say, unfortunately. Free updates. That's intriguing. It is. Vaz, that was a fun match. Oh, thank you, Vaz. Last year there was that small campaign for Tanaka. Remember that forgettable nonsense? That is true. There was, but that was when the Japanese alternative destroyers came out, and what they did was they gave us like two campaigns, two like pint-sized campaigns. So yeah, there's going to be probably expect a pint-sized campaign. You never know. Could Ark Royal Tier 5 be a pint-sized campaign ship? That would be quite interesting. Or would Repulse be a pint-sized campaign ship? Bit of a curveball, but the Leander? Yeah, go on then. I'll get the Leander sorted. And we'll take the Leander up then. Where is she? There she is. Oh, I better put a proper smoke. There we go. We'll get the Leander going. New history up. I ain't going to lie. I'm looking forward to the Montana. An Italian BB line is needed badly. Some of the most aesthetically pleasing ships ever built, but just my opinion. No, that's fair enough. Bear in mind the Italian battleships only came to PC this year, so they probably will come to World of Warships Legends. Just it's a matter of as and when. For those of you who missed the start of the stream, here's my Brody helmet for operating on the open bridge. Looking forward to that in future. Right, let's see, what do we have ourselves in? We have ourselves in a Tier 5 and 4 game of Domination on Trap. On the enemy team of Mahan, Kotrovsky, a Konigsberg division with a Pike of Veliki, a Omaha Graf Spey, Leander, Iron Duke, and a Bayern. So, guns trained off to the port side and doing a hard to starboard. The intention is maybe just to get around behind this island. Now I have no destroyer on my flank, and there's only one destroyer in this game, so spotting potential is going to be potentially a little awkward. Going to be probably very reliant on maybe this Fair Attacker. The Fair Attacker is a very good Tier 4 cruiser. I used to give her a lot of harsh opinion back in the day, but actually playing ranked in her, she's actually got armour. Unlike other Tier 4 cruisers, the Fair Attacker actually has armour, which is capable of bouncing pretty much all battleship calibers at Tier 4 as well. So if she stays angled, she's very, very advantageous. Neighbourhood ship, don't tease me with Repulse. Oh. Maybe my hope is if I keep saying it, it will come true. Right, so we have an enemy Bayern. Interesting. And we also have an enemy Omaha. So I think it's time to slow down, pop that smoke screen when we get to 20 knots. We also have a Graf Spey, which is good to hear. There's no destroyer here, so the only thing that can really throw torpedoes into my smoke screen is probably going to be the Graf Spey. The Omaha might, but I doubt the Omaha is going to close in, considering the Omaha, her armor is only really sufficient against very low caliber guns. She is literally a Citadel box. I like that. So. This is my favourite thing. When people say that the Omaha and the Marblehead are very good ships for a tier 4 rank franked, I do start licking my lips because I know they're just floating systems. I actively encourage people to play them because it's easy for me to kill them. No, I don't actively encourage people to play them. Space vacating, so time for the Bayern to get focused because he's the only one pushing in. So aiming for that superstructure and hoping that our torpedoes make their mark. Now I'm going to make sure I stay in my smoke screen, and there are some torpedo hits.
Good show. Jolly good show.
And now it is most certainly time to move in and start getting the capture zone. That's one of the nice things with British light cruisers. In a game where there's no destroyers, become the destroyer. In fact, it's probably rather advantageous. I have actually a destroyer commander build on the Leander. Engaging the Graf's Bay is a potential to think about, but I'm not going to be doing it right yet. The reason being is I'm the only one doing the capping, so if I can get the capture all nice and sorted, then I don't have to worry about getting reset. So I'm going to actually start putting some distance between me and the Graf's Bay, I think. I think we're going to have to engage because we are spotted, and I think what I might do here is actually slow down and use one of our smoke screens. Now Graf's Bay's got 11-inch guns, so this is just going too long. Coming under fire from another angle, but we'll be alright.
Smoke screen set.
Okay, we have an enemy Leander, which is no longer spotted. And we are actually being assisted in the cap quite nicely. Graf's Bay obviously is a cruiser with a heal, and you can see she's healing up now. Blind firing now. And she's turning out. Right, time to maneuver. Okay, enemy Leander could be awkward to deal with. Thankfully she's turning away, so we might not have to engage her as aggressively as we expect. Okay, that's good, that's good. She's not firing on us, so we'll take this advantage to race off into the cap.
Concentrate fire on the enemy warship.
Molotov is me Citadel machine. Maybe we'll take the Molotov out. Oh. There we go. We should be closing together.
Taken the lead.
It's a bit of a problem that we've lost both our battleships and our destroyer. Potentially the enemy destroyer or something else is closing in too. Pixel, I remember my first game in the Leander. It was like reaching the impossible land after all those games in the Emerald. Oh, The Emerald, yes. Not one of my picks. Let's get guns trained off to the left. I think we are going to have to try and engage this giant ball of enemy ships. Ooh, hello there. Expecting torpedoes, so we're not going to be. This is the thing, like that whole time he had me spotted while I was capturing, he should have really taken the opportunity to actually reset me from capturing, rather than wait until the last minute once I had captured them. But I'm gonna go after the Mahan because the Mahan's pretty dangerous. Once the Mahan's gone, that means that going to turn in quite aggressively because we do have sonar on. I'm going to have to repair that. Trying to train my guns off to my port side. Going to close in a bit more. I want to make sure that this Mahan has no escape. Quickly swish it out. Start tucking it back in.
We destroyed their destroyer.
And use the Mahan smokescreen to disengage from the rest of the enemy team. Disadvantage, I have no spotting potential from my frenemies. So it's going to be a bit of a pain that we're going to have to sacrifice this smokescreen, but we have more. Oh boy, I really need like spotting from the rest of my team to be able to take advantage of this, but we're just going to have to go with it.
Fire. Smoke generator activated. Enemy cruiser destroyed.
Getting a volley out on the Omaha, will that be enough? Will I get a double strike? No, just a flesh wound.
Enemy cruiser destroyed.
It wasn't quick enough. Ah, Neptune's beers. Wow, that's 97,000 damage, close quarters. Is that Confederate, high caliber, and just a flesh wound? Only 6 citadels. We could have maybe made it 10 if we had some spotting potential, but unfortunately, it wasn't to be. This game could go either way. It really depends on the rest of our team. But 2 battleships in the enemy team, that's going to be quite hard to counter. With only 3 cruisers and no destroyers or battleships to support them. Oh well, not much point hanging around here, so we will quickly jump back to the office. I'll probably keep that game up in the background just in case it finishes, and we can always catch up with it. But I'll try and catch up with the chat, which has again moved on vigorously. Vaz says, I can't remember, but I think I used the Molotov for the last Citadel mission. I'll have to give it a go again. No. Their history of Graspe is given up the will to live. Yeah, he rushed in against a battleship, but I think he may have took the battleship out with him. Vaz, in my first Leander game, I blinked and I was dead. Stop blinking, Vaz. Yes, good advice, Salty Sacks. Pixelmog, just pretend the enemy team are weeping angles. Like I was gaming, the game should change its name to Overpens. Sorry about about that. World of Overpens. New history. We need an Emerald round major 30,000 damage challenge. I'll be able to do that. I hope. Oh yeah, good to see you, Mike. It's going. Good to see you. Good to see you. And text us as well. Baby Okachov is coming Monday. Oh yeah, the Wilhelm or Wilhelm. Yeah, jumping back to the game. Yeah, game just wrapped up with a defeat. Yeah, it was Confederate as well. Not too surprised coming top with all those medals. I guess is the best way to put it. But yeah, it is what it is. I actually earned enough ship XP to come second on the enemy team. And the enemy team has a 1.5 multiplier. I might have overdone it. Oh well, right. Because the Russian bias is strong tonight, it seems that I am being cornered into playing the Molotov. Yay! This could be fun. Oh, I hate the Molotov. Let me check this build. Why am I? Oh, I know why I've done that. You know what? Let's stick with it. Let's stick with it. It's a bit of a pants build, but let's go for it. And if it works, it works. And if it doesn't work, which it probably won't, I'll blame. Who do I blame? I'll blame Naval History Hub, I think. Oh, I'll blame Vaz. I always blame Vaz though. Nice Leander game. Thank you, Stone. Thank you. Duke of York. I put her on the list. Let me get the list going. We've got the Emerald. See if we can do a DOV. Let's say DOV, but that's Duke of Edinburgh. DOY. And Emerald. I got Dev struck in the Okachov today. Felt like crying. My favourite one was when I got Dev struck in a Wichita. I got spotted and none of the enemy was spotted. And then an Iowa just appeared out of nowhere at about 15 kilometers range with a volley of 16-inch AP, and it just cut straight through my bow armor like butter and killed me. Mahan Koshrovsky, Nuremberg Leander, Bellefonte, Texas, Fuso, Tennessee. I know I am pronouncing that name wrong. I'm yet to get the correct pronunciation burned into my mind. Right, it's time to crack out the tea. It's not bovril today, it's just lemon and ginger herbal tea. Reason being is I didn't want to have too much beef, I guess you could say. So, chin chaps. Okay. So there's no enemy destroyer on this flank. They've got a Tennessee, a Nuremberg, and a Leander. Leander's going to the centre, so the Leander's probably going to die very quickly unless he uses a smoke screen. Nuremberg is another floating citadel. The Tennessee is probably the scariest thing here then, I think. So what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to see if I can... I'm going to try and stay in AP and see what happens. Will I get penetrations or will I get bounces? 5 bounces, 2 pens, and 1 over pen. But we are opening this angle. Nuremberg is obviously firing HE because she is almost the tier 5 Atlanta. 4 over pens and 4 bounces, but we're getting the angle nice now, so now we'll use this angle. And there's our first citizen of the game. She eats a torpedo. Right, on that bombshell, I think we're turned in. We'll see if we can get on with the cap and maybe see if we can gauge the broadside of the Leander if it's still around. Now the Bellefonte, actually, interesting choice. She's got very thin armour on the upper upper armoured belt and superstructure, etc. So she will be absolutely perfect for almost a bit of AP spam. Oh, there's barely any Leander left, so I don't know if that will still be around. I think we'll turn out and go behind the islands because you never want to get pinned in front of an island. I think we will have to use a bit of HE and see how that goes. No, Hisham, that was more than respectable Leander round. Beautiful played. Beautifully played. Why you hate the Molotov, Major? It's a lack of a survivability, I think, is probably the biggest drawback of the Molotov. Because she's a tier 4 at tier 5 and she doesn't have any of those benefits, whether you can even say that there's benefits. Oh, why am I even looking at my torpedo range? It's horrendous. I might do one more volley of HE, then I might actually switch to AP. This could hurt because the Molotov just has no armor. That's a respectable amount of damage for an AP volley, 5,000. She's probably going to die to a torpedo. There you go. I'll try and see if I can just sneak it in behind this island and see what we can do from here. Bottle of cold apple cider. Nice choice, Stumpy. Cider from the gods. Doing fierce, more paper ships. Molotov was an actual ship. She's a Kirov class. But good to see you, Timothy. It's good to see you. Let's see if we can swing the turrets around to the port side and maybe think about kiting away. No, sure. They never took enough out to sea on the ship that was always going in a week or so. Then onto the ale. Nothing wrong with ale. Stowford Press, yes, I do hear good things about Stowford Press. I think one of my siders that I do like is Old Rosie. I do like Old Rosie. Cloudy cider. It gives you one hell of a hangover though. Noticed that the Tennessee started looking at me, so I'm going to start motoring away and hope that this volley falls. Yes. It's amazing what you can do with just a little bit of
Speed and power.
Right, I'm going to start closing on the other side of the map and see what we can do there. What's next? Soviet carriers already released on PC. Oh wow, forthcoming. So yeah, Soviet carriers is always potential. And the only French carrier, the Burn, is coming as a premium ship to World Warships PC. So if they ever do a French carrier tech tree, that's going to be paper ships as well. Old Rosie is pucker, and you can make things out of the bottle after I've done a few ships in those empty bottles. Yeah, no, that's a good thought. Yeah, I do like the Old Rosie bottles as well. Let's see, Kocherovsky, which is another ship of the same class, which I'm going to end up having to engage. I'm just going to have to switch the ear that the headset's on, just for comfort reasons. My spell check today, don't worry. I would be useless without spell check. Oh, I might just wait for this Kocherovsky to offer me a clean broadside before I open fire. Nice. And the Fuso's not looking at me, so to turn tail, switch to HE. We'll shoot our stumpy torpedoes out. There we go. End of the game. Very nice. Doom Venus. Well, they do bring real ships. I think it's all got to be a bit of everything in balance, and the main focus is World War II. Unfortunately, on World of Warships Legends, because World War II is probably the most interesting point. I think they do more World War I stuff on PC because they do start the tiers up. Well, basically, they do have more tiers lower than us. So with Legends, it is kind of streamlined for console. Fourth in the team. I can't really complain about that. In a cruiser that I absolutely despise. And from one cruiser that I despise to another, we will be jumping into the Emerald. Oh, goody. Goody. There she is. We will see how this goes. It will probably go badly. Yeah, we'll go for a full-blown camo. They're a ship. They took a real nice used for ships in a bottle. I've done a Chinese junk, Beijing Sea Crabber, and the Ark Royal. Very nice. Sorry, stumpy torpedoes. Oh, the torpedoes on the Molotov are incredibly short-ranged. What we're looking at, a game of domination on trap. Let's see what we can do. Tier 4 and 5 game. Jolly good. Sub, Farragut, Hatsuhara, Kirov, Omaha, Aoba, Leander, Texas, Bayern. And the aim is to... What's the aim, chaps? To get 30,000 damage? Let's see how we go. Kamikaze. Would much appreciate you as a spotting companion up at the Alpha objective. No issue. You got this. 30,000. Thank you. Try my best. Let's see what we can do. The Kamikaze is not even awake yet. Jolly good. Where are the enemy?
Enemy force detected.
Enemy Kirov spotted. Gonna have to quickly tuck this in if I can. Thankfully it's a volley of HE. Omaha. Well, Neptune's beard, our Kamikaze is well and truly AFK. Or is he moving now? Let's have a look. Hooray! Oh, aircraft spotted me. Risque, risque. Sonar on. Oh, it's another cruiser. Jolly good. Well, let's see if we can engage the enemy tier 4. Oh god, which? This might be a very quick game, chaps.
Torpedo tubes destroyed.
Torpedo tubes. One's on the port side. That's okay. Go with them.
Enemy cruiser sunk. We sank an enemy cruiser.
Still got one launcher on the side.
Concentrate fire on the enemy warship. Smoke generator activated. Smoke screen set.
Come on, guns.
Our team has taken the lead.
We're going to hold on to those. Everything's beard.
Fire. Problem solved, sir.
How much longer? Good.
Tally ho! There they are.
Torpedoes direct front.
33,000 damage. At least that's... It's close enough to what you wanted. Kraken challenge activated, 3 more to go. In the Leander, there is... Well, in the Emerald, I should say, there is no hope. There is no hope. Oh. Emerald, crunchy on the outside, soft in the middle. Armadillos, very, very true. Very, very true. Oh, we'll jump back to the desk. Let's have a look. Yeah, wouldn't it... Yeah, I would agree with you there, Dimothy. I would prefer to see more historical ships rather than some of these paper ships. I mean, I know that Prince Blip usually defends it with the comment that that obviously the development team is based in Petersburg. It is a Russian company, and they do have easier access to Russian records. So in that regard, yeah, okay, I can see why they do have easy access to that. But at the end of the day, I kind of see the shoes also on the other foot, as in the Russian market for this game is incredibly minuscule. And Russian interest in the game is quite small as well. And so I don't really see the point in them constantly drumming home these Russian ships. I would agree. It would be nice to see more ships of other nations. I do find that they do overpopulate the American and Japanese nations. I can understand why, because obviously the American and the Japanese vessels are of interest to the American audience. Following that, obviously, is the German ships, because obviously the Americans will probably be interested in those after those two nations. With the British, the French, and the Italians coming lesser down in number of ships, with obviously Russia being obviously a homegrown interest for the company, being obviously one of those nations seems to get more ships than others. Paper ships I don't mind, but I would prefer more of, or less of, a focus on the Russians and more of a focus on all nations, to make it more fair. I very much would love to see the paper design of HMS Hood refit, because obviously that would be of interest. And it is a shame that they do. Obviously, Legends, there's not a lot of new stuff they develop for Legends. Most of it is stuff that's already been parted in from PC. And so it's kind of like what happens with over on PC. Obviously, the German battle cruisers and the Italian battleships. And fingers crossed, obviously they haven't confirmed it on PC, but I would hope they do a British battle cruiser line. I just love Naval History Hubs and Stumpy's conversation there. Take the German Tier 7 carrier Uncle Percy. That thing in the right hands is devastating. To which Stumpy responds, if it not a Royal Navy ship, it's not cricket. 2 kills in the 30,000 challenge. Got to believe it. Royal Navy should have more population percentage than the Germans, got to keep it accurate. But amusingly, yeah, that was the thing. I was looking at PC and I noted that the Germans actually have a more variety of ships available to them in comparison to the Royal Navy. I do feel like the Royal Navy is a little bit, I agree, underpopulated. I would like to see certainly more cruisers added to the game, and even more destroyers. Like, I'm surprised. I think you could almost do a third tech tree split with the cruisers and introduce a class of ship called anti-aircraft cruisers, in which you would be able to have some of the anti-aircraft cruisers that actually existed, plus maybe some of the paper designs and things like what-if designs as well. Furthermore, it would be nice to see like a British destroyer tech tree split. Maybe have some of the other destroyer designs, but maybe with an improved anti-aircraft build, or maybe with an improved torpedo build, or something like that, maybe. Vaz, I had 6 kills 6-kill match last night. Too bad it was a tier 3 SEAL club in Never History of Says. Let's have a look. Okay, second on the team in the Emerald. We can't really complain about that. And Emerald Challenge, most certainly successful, I guess you could say. And economy-wise, obviously walking away with a nice profit. Duke of York, I think, was the next request. Obviously, while I have your captive attention, gentlemen, it would be much obliged if you could obviously give the stream a thumbs up. Obviously, if you're enjoying it, the more interaction you guys have with the stream, the more the stream is promoted, the more the channel's promoted, etc., etc. We have an anti-aircraft build on here. I'm not going to run that. That's just a meme build that I run sometimes. I don't want Madden. I might use as a Lane Nelson, I think. But we will keep that on there. No, we will switch out to that and propulsion. What's on the KG5? Where's the KG5? KG5 steering gears. Yeah, I'd have to agree. Right, let's go for that. Vaz. Yeah, sure enjoying those SEAL clubbing games. The 6th kill was an AFK player. Now that is just mean. Right, we are rapidly closing in on the end of the stream, so whether you're interested in me doing a game in the Friesland or the low hang or the Halloween mode, just shout. Otherwise, I'll just start making it up as I go along. Pretty honest, after this game, we've only got time for 2 more games. So what I might do, I'll probably pick one game, and I'll let you chaps spam a couple of options in the chat, and maybe halfway through this game, I might see if I can do like a poll or something. Or if there's definitely a runaway winner, then I'll certainly go for that one. What do we have here? We have a tier 5 and 6 game of domination. Capture the base, 2 brothers. Mass, Nuremberg, Devonshire, Tennessee, Nagatoke, Eisenhower, Nelson, Colorado. And now is certainly not the time for tea. Now is certainly time for action stations. So, sally forth. Let's see. We have a very large battleship population over here, and barely any battleship population over on the other flank. So actually, it may be a little strange, but I'm going to actively try and relocate to the other flank.
Enemy force detected.
Oh, she's a big girl. Will she make it? Should do. What's on the other flank? Eisenhower, Nuremberg, Devonshire. Nagato, Nelson.
Nous avons été détectés.
Farmby's like, should we go up the middle? Oh, let's do it. Let's be that bad player. Alright. I do not advocate this. I'm doing this simply for the pure memes. The reason being is I just have a hunch the enemy team's going to do something.
Get back!
I need intelligence data.
This is a bad decision. Oh, okay, well, at least we know where the mass is. I wish they could have the British AA cruisers to the Bureau, like the Worcester. Well, I was thinking, like, you could have Delhi and Dido as AA cruisers. This is such a risky play.
All stations, concentrate fire on the target.
Will I get blapped by torpedoes? That's what we're waiting for. Oh no, it all splashed bloody early.
Fire!
Well, I'm distracting two enemy ships. So,
Torpedoes dead ahead.
is there a gap? Well, we're getting absolutely devastated. I think we'd have to turn into at least one of these. Or maybe find the gap. Oh, God. Oh, dear. Oh, no. There's another fire. Somebody made a mistake. Somebody made a big goddamn mistake. God, everyone wants in, don't they?
Oh dear, outside, never mind.
Oh, let's see.
Alle Stationen brauche Feuerunterstützung.
Friesland. Then Halloween. Oof. POW? Obviously, she's not a ship in the game. What does the British Azur Lane voice sound like? Still Japanese? Yeah, still Japanese. All Japanese voice actors on the Azur Lane stuff. Hood or Belfast? Hello, Fourth Gamer. Hello. Pixel, apologies, my fat thumbs get the better of me. Awful game. Nice to see the Major already trying the pro gamer strats. No, that's not a pro gamer strat. That's just me being a bit of a potato. But at least we got 30,000 damage. We got absolutely saturated by 3 enemy ships. So number before you pop out, yeah, but perfect time, and unfortunately got destroyed. HMS Ajax would certainly be an interesting ship for the Commonwealth navies. How different she would be from Perth would be interesting. I'd like to see Perth as well, though. If we're bringing the C words, we need to ban the word Dido. Oh, okay. Wow. We'll always call it a black prince then. Okay. That's Duke of York. Let's do a Halloween game, and then maybe we'll do a Friesland game. Yeah, we'd do. See, we've done a lot of battleships. We've done a lot of cruisers. Let's do a destroyer game then. See how this goes. Hopefully we get a team. I'll have to look that one up, Joshua. Right, as the destroyer, I do not go into the ring unless I need HP. I'm hoping the Eagle or something will
Good luck, everyone.
Okay, the Jackal's going into the ring. Okay, still advantageous. Gonna have to keep an eye on the rest of the team. I'm going to try and stay out of the circle of the Transylvania. The Eagle's in there. Good, good, good. Right. One to you. One to you. And then hopefully the battleship will engage the turrets. Or the catapults, I guess you could say. That's the most critical thing. Now remember to always spread the torpedo love.
The ship is on fire.
And by being up front like this, I'm always trying to distract the enemy catapults if I can. Looks like Transylvania's going right.
Attack the onshore installation.
That's going to be a job for the battleship. Okay, well, we will nip into the circle and heal up then. I think our battleship has finally twigged that he needs to shoot stuff. Right.
Problem solved, sir. Smoke generator started.
We'll start covering the trails of the Transylvania. Right, let's see. Now this I've got to be careful with, because before I've extended myself a little bit too far and ended up
Smoke screen set.
getting my engines knocked out and then picked up by the turret. I'll try and keep an eye on the Transylvania.
Enemy battleship destroyed.
Okay, the other destroyer's laying a smoke screen for the Transylvania, or at least attempting to. That Zika is definitely being a concern. So fire the one gun, chaps. I'm gonna have to try and make these count. James Beard is the other one now. Hopefully our torpedoes should get in behind. Yeah.
The ship is on fire. We've destroyed an enemy battleship.
All forces, attack the onshore installation.
Problem solved, sir.
Thank God there's no friendly fire. This could be rather awkward. Just about staying in. Oh. Good lord, there's a lot of torpedoes, but that's because we've got 3 blades. Right, okay. Gonna have to watch the Transylvania like a hawk now.
Enemy battleship destroyed.
Because we need the Mauser to actually crack on. So I'm just going to position myself behind the Transylvania so I can try and keep a good eye on her. I think for the sake of the Transylvania, I might have to lay a smoke screen.
We've destroyed an enemy battleship.
Okay, he's doing it. I thought he might. Oh, good lord, they spawned already. Which way is he turning? Okay, I think if the Transylvania is going to do a straight line, we might just load up the smoke and probably have to go for a bit of a nuts torpedo run on the Rasputin.
Smoke generator started.
No, 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 I didn't want to ram you. I just picked a whole bunch of oops of daisies. HMS Sydney would be a nice addition as well. Thing is, again, she'd be like, this is the thing, like, do you want Sydney or do you want Perth? Because otherwise it would be very much identical. Evening, Admiral Criv, evening. Pixel can't complain, hope things are all well. You, Criv? Sadly, no more new British and Austro-Hungarian battleships will be coming to the game before the British carriers. Well, considering British carriers are literally only just round the corner, not too surprised, I guess you could say. I mean that's the issue. Like saying we're not expect. I mean, there's a lot of things we're not expecting before British carriers because I'm pretty certain they're just round the corner. Michael's Gaming, I really enjoy this mode. Yeah, I do enjoy it. I think it's a nice, different kind of like team building or teamwork orientated game, which is not about because it's PvE as well. It's quite nice. Cool. So at least we know British CVs are coming soon. Yes. I'm Criv. I enjoyed the Halloween. Sadly, I finished the challenges in the first 2 days, so no point to play it until part 2 comes along. Won't the weekly thing reset next week? I'm not sure. Like I said, it's a ramming speed. Fourth game are definitely unorthodox, most certainly unorthodox. Right. We'll do a Friesland game because we said we would. Operation complete and 5 stars with a bunch of randoms. But at least now randoms are starting to click on to like what they need to do. So getting 5 stars per game is actually starting to get a bit easier. And 135,000 damage again. It is a PvE mode. Yeah, only a couple of stars and stuff like that. It's all very good. Second on the team. Can't complain. So let's do the Friesland. Oh, actually, we might as well showcase our absolutely miserable game in the Duke of York by... it's my own fault, I guess you could say. I went up the middle in 2 brothers. And I suffered for it. Oh, well, Neptune's beard. I won't be doing that again. Friesland. So, Pan-European. Here we go. Now, obviously, I haven't used it this stream, but I should tease you with the potential future B-Right backstream, which showcases a game or so. And just while I'm away, obviously, I am still here, but that is something that I have made recently, just to keep you chaps entertained when I have to nip off and grab a cup of tea or go to the restroom or something like that. Fans, well done. Thank you. And McCriv, when it resets, it's only some camos and promotion orders. The reward, no more containers can be acquired. Oh, fair enough. I guess there is an incentive, but it's a very low incentive then to revisit. Fiji, it is tempting. Fiji is tempting. I might actually have to use that Be Right back screen after this game, because I don't think I'm going to be able to hold out towards the end of the stream. That T is unfortunately having its effects. True warriors go at the middle, yes. Okay, let's see what we got ourselves into. A tier 7 and legendary game. Tashkent, Shimakaze, Bagration, Cleveland, Odin, John Bar, Yamato, Gross Curve First. The perfect game where you don't have torpedoes. Oh. So we will have to see what we can do. Initially, we're going to push up. We're going to do some spotting. We're going to try and screen our team from any enemy destroyers if we can. What is it? Shimakaze and Tashkent. But we have to be also wary of those cruisers, especially the Cleveland with her radar. Enemy DD spotted on the other flank, but we don't know what it is. And the enemy team's not calling it out. We have the Bagration, the Odin, and the Great Kerr first. No eyes on the Cleveland as yet. And Cleveland. Sneaky, sneaky Cleveland. And also have to bear in mind that the Ghost Covers does have sonar. And that Ghost Covers is really just pushing up. I think now would be a good time to potentially start joining him and focusing him. And we also know where one of the enemy DDs is. So engine boost on.
Doładowanie silnika włączone.
Okay, so I'm just going to head round this way. What is it? Shimmer car, I see. Okay. Alright, do I have to go after the Shimmer? Okay, she's gone. Yeah, I'm on it. Oh, the Karabosca's been worked over quite heavily as well. Naval History Hub, Pumpkin Crate. 390 ammo crib, £3.69 for one pumpkin crate in the store, guaranteed 1,250 doubloons, plus 0.1% chance of 100k doubloons, but obviously the 100k doubloons does replace the 1,200. Available today though, that's interesting. Ammo crib. Now, at the moment, more than 100 players have opened the super prize 100 code dubs from the pumpkin crates. Oh boy.
Doładowanie silnika wyłączone.
Oh, really?
Gute Arbeit.
It's AP, it could still hurt.
Zasłona tylna ustawiona.
Oh no, I got a Cleveland closing on me.
Kapitanie, problem rozwiązany.
No, front gun, front gun. Oh, damn. Definitely bad. Can't have it all. 0.1% chance. With 100 players have got it. Imagine how many traits people have to buy. Pumpkin crates are just a way to get you to open your wallet for not much extra. Stay away from. I think they work out as the same as purchasing doubloons. I think there's probably a console company incentive behind them, because obviously it means that I think like Sony and Microsoft get a bit of a chunk of it. But at the end of the day, I think buying the pumpkins and the golden crates, it works out the same as buying doubloons at like the base rate. I'll try and explain what I mean. Obviously, this means that we probably might be able to squeeze a Fiji game in, but I'll try and keep this as quick as I can. Yeah, we'll come back to the Friesland. What they mean is if you buy if you buy pots of gold or pumpkins, it's the same as buying that many doubloons, but you might get some extra stuff. If you want to buy doubloons, though, it is still better to just buy the discounted amounts that you have in the game store, rather than from the console store. It's just the question is, do you want doubloons and more, or doubloons and more doubloons, or would you like doubloons, maybe a tiny chance of getting lots of doubloons, and maybe something extra to sweeten the deal? I think with the pumpkins, it only really makes any sense if you want a small amount of doubloons. Should you want a larger quantity of doubloons, then I'd say probably, as Vaz says, clear of it all and pick up, just pick up doubloons straight off. Right, Fiji time for one last game of the stream, and then we will have to call it there, chaps. Friesland penetration is not very promising. More shatters than pens of HE. Yeah, that's pretty standard. It's only 4.7-inch guns. The wife is home. There she is. You can say hello.
Hello. I don't know.
It's up there. Oh. The wife's home. Only one more game and then I'll be all done. Pixelmon, really look forward to playing around with the Friesland. I know I would probably be better with the Lo Yang, but I've already got a number of smaller ships in the US, UK, and the Kriegsmarine. Yeah, it's fair enough. Plus, fast firing guns make my Neanderthal brain happy. Let's see what we got. Minsk, Benham, Leander, Tallinn, Mayuku, Indianapolis, Leon, Florida, North Carolina, Tier 5 and 6 game. And I have spotting potential in the form of an Akatsuki, and so I'm going to cross my fingers and hope that he will push it forward. Kriv, some American players already asking the dev team when is the ship Burgerland and Chipsland coming after the Friesland. Neighborhood ship. Them Friesland guns aren't worth monopoly money. But I would suspect that after this campaign, give it a couple of months, I bet those two destroyers will come to the game as global XP. That's my hunch, because, or at least maybe the Friesland might. Baz, my team just all died in Transylvania. Why couldn't I get the Major's teammates? More tricks and treats. Right, I need to start paying attention, chaps. So, let's see, what have we got? Oh, okay, Benham is most certainly the priority target. fact, for a bit of a laugh. Tally-ho. I've engaged the Benham. Once I'm inside the cap. On goes the smoke.
Smoke generator activated. Penetration confirmed.
On goes the sonar.
Smoke screen set.
Time to work over the broadside Leander. There we go, very nice.
Enemy cruiser destroyed.
Good show. Jolly good show.
Requesting support.
Might be able to get through the gap here. And then another gap. And then we're going to turn towards the battleships. Ah, no, she's beard, someone else got her.
Get back. Хорошая работа. Roger.
Indianapolis in range, but I'm not going to bite. So, noticing that our team have formed a big ball of death somewhere over here, which is an interesting choice. Lion spotted, but I'm not going to engage. The reason being is I'm squishy. I mean, I might be lucky and maybe say get away with just a quick volley. Otherwise, I'm going to go through that gap there, I think, and then start heading towards Bravo.
Nice work.
Hopefully, the Akatsuki, there he is. I should get up here, start torpedoing battleships, which will be all the better for me, because that means then I will have some spotting potential. The glasses probably really don't go with this. Maybe I should take them off. That could make things... Well, my eyesight is alright. I just have a bit of a lazy eye.
Nice work. Good show.
Carolina, there's the Lion again. Sneak on through here. I can't look down because obviously I haven't got the strap on. Major modelling the new channel merch. Get your back to the port, Brody.
Attention. Reporting the target position.
Right, hopefully, fingers crossed, the Akatsuki will get out here and start doing some potential spotting. Which it looks like he is. So, we're stop. Once we drop to about... With the Fiji, you can get away with about 26 knots. Start dropping the smoke screen.
Smoke generator activated.
And time to engage.
Smoke screen set.
Enemy battleships are not even pushing. Which is a shame. Like the Fiji, she really does like to be pushed into, because obviously that means she can maximise the DPO and time against. Something wrong with my wife.
All stations, concentrate fire on the target.
Let's continue the engagement against the battleships. Well, I think this game is pretty much over and done with. The enemy don't have any units that can deal much damage left. They've lost map control. They've lost pretty much everything. All they've got is some battleships which are sulking around at the back of the map, while the Akatsuki keeps them at touching distance. Although the Akatsuki did the usual fatal flaw, like, why does a Japanese destroyer with such good range torpedoes need to get so close that they get detected? I never understand it sometimes. As a destroyer, yes, having great concealment is good, because obviously that improves your stealth torpedo range, but there's no need to close in right to the edge of it most of the times, especially in destroyers with good range torpedoes like the Akatsuki.
Victory is in sight.
Oh, I am going to need my glasses to actually read the chat, because it's just a little bit too far away. Standard clippers don't do the job once your bonsai get big enough. You've got to get more creative. Mrs. Major loves the hat, I think. Wow. Maybe I shouldn't tell you, but she's laughing at me because I'm wearing this hat. But she's wearing a dressing gown that makes her look like a giant pink rabbit. Stumpy quote of the day: something wrong with the wife. Most certainly is. There has to be something wrong with the wife. She married me after all. Right, we can smoke up here.
Smoke generator
And then we'll start engaging the lion. See if we can actually get a decent amount of damage. The problem is, it's just the enemy teams just... The ones who've played aggressive played very aggressive, and the ones who played passive played extremely passive, so they haven't been able to really support each other. Like at the start on, say, our flank, the Benham and Leander played very aggressively, but their battleship pretty much legged it, so they didn't really have any heavy support, which was, unfortunately, we actually kind of did have like a semi-cohesive push. We didn't play super aggressive, we didn't like completely charge in there, but at the same time we didn't play super passive and run away. So our flank managed to take advantage of being able to pick them off one at a time. There's only one ship left and that's the end of the game. Well, we'll have a quick peep at the end screen of this game and the Friesland game, and then we'll have to call that at the end of the stream. But 70,000 damage from First Blood, can't really complain about that. And coming top of the team, so good work in the Fiji. Fiji, very strong tier 6 cruiser. I do like her very, very much. I will quickly take those consumables off, and then we'll have a quick look at the Friesland game and see how marvellously we do in the Friesland game, which was a defeat, obviously. It's only 27,000 damage, and coming way down there at the bottom. I think that's kind of like the thing I find with the Friesland, but it might just be that kind of like open water destroyer just isn't really my playstyle, and that's probably why I really get on with, say, the Low Yang over the Friesland. Oh well, that's everything, chaps. So I'd say thank you to everyone who has come along to the live stream. Quickly jumped out of desk mode. We'll pop that there and take off this headset. There we go. Now I can actually... Oh, I could put the hat back on, but we'll pass on the helmet for now. So, let's see, where are we? Naval History Hub. Nothing wrong with the dressing gown. I brought polar bear slippers from TK Maxx yesterday. It was an impulse buy. It's an interesting choice there. Well, obviously, I'd like to say thank you to everyone who has come along and everyone who has commented in the chat. I'd like to say thank you to Stumpy West, Brandon ABC, to David Knight, to who else do we have? Naval History Hub. Good to see you. Andy Mack, Salty Sax, Vaz Vegas, Pixel Mug, Warships for Life. Oh, hello. I completely missed your messaging. Good to see you. Good to see you as always, though. I do apologise for missing that. Thank you to Mike at Gaming, and thank you to the Text Wiz as well. And thank you to Dimothinus. Thank you to Joshua Mitchum. Thank you to Thoughtful Gamer. Thank you to Admiral Criv. Good to see you. Hopefully I caught everyone there. If I have missed anyone, it's right there at the end. Andrew Rutter. I can't get smart team plates for Transylvania. The YOLO, the BBs are not listening. I need 2 stars for the Bellathon. Oh, well, you need to obviously get the full 5 stars for the Bellathon. But there's still another week for it, so fingers crossed. All the best. The player place generally does seem to be getting a bit better with it, so keep having a crack at it, and you should be all right. Just remember what to do in your ships. If you're in the battleship, AP, focus the towers, destroyers, just torpedo the Zekas, and spoke up the Transylvania, and focus the Rasputin right at the end, because torpedo damage really does work. For the cruisers, if you're a cruiser, prioritize escorting the Transylvania. That way, it allows your battleships to reposition to engage the catapults. It allows your destroyers to run around. So if you're a cruiser, focus, literally stay right next to the Transylvania. Keep an eye on her at all times, because she does do rather random turns. And set the Zekas on fire. As soon as you set a Zeka on fire, start shooting another one, get that one on fire, because the fire damage on the Zekas really does hurt. If you're in a cruiser as well, and you're finding that your battleships just aren't doing the job against the towers, you can use your own AP against those towers. And hopefully, if everyone does the right things, it should all come along nicely. It's just simply a matter of time, unfortunately. That is okay. In my 3rd game, we got 5 stars, just barely. Yeah. Oh, another tip with Transylvania I kind of find, if you're playing the battleship, after the halfway mark, you should be able to push ahead of the Transylvania to the point where you actually leave the Transylvania behind. You can push on ahead. If you can, give the Rasputin a good old ram, because that will half his HP. Obviously, he will heal and damage comp, but obviously that does help if you can. I usually find that. Well, what my teammates were saying, or division mates were saying the other night when we were doing it, was whenever the Major rammed the Rasputin, we got 5 stars. I don't know whether it's just a lucky trick. Well, thank you to everyone. If you can, give it a thumbs up. I think you all are subscribers, but if you're not a subscriber, feel free to subscribe. Obviously, streaming every Friday. It's either this slot or the next one. And look after yourselves. Have a good weekend, and have a good night, good afternoon, good morning, or good afternoon wherever you are in the world. And thank you. Obviously, without you guys, this live stream wouldn't really be possible. So until next time, I'm the Gallop Major, and back to the port.